I'm back. What's up, guys? It's been a while. UFC 263, pretty dope. I didn't make a video on this. I haven't made a video in a long time on this channel. I didn't think I was even going to be able to see this event because I was planning on working. I did work. I filmed a wedding that day. It ended up like I got to leave earlier than I thought I'd be able to leave. So I was able to catch the whole main card. Now let's talk about it with first Paul Craig versus Jamal Hill. This is one of those fights, we thought it was going to be striker versus grappler. I mean, it was. I think a lot of people thought Jamal Hill was going to win this fight. I certainly did. I thought he was just going to knock out Paul Craig, and that was going to be the end of it. That's not how it went. Paul Craig fucked that dude's arm up pretty good. And I thought it was broken. Apparently, it wasn't. Apparently, it was dislocated, and then it was reattached or whatever the term would be. He didn't break his arm. He's good. He's fine. Somehow, some way, I don't know. That ref took a lot of heat for not stopping that fight. But it's crazy how Jamal Hill was like just cool with dislocating his arm. Like that's the difference between a fighter and a normal human. Because if that was my arm, I would be losing my goddamn mind. I would be crying. I think I'd probably die. Meanwhile, he's just like, oh no, this is going to be harder for me to win this fight. He kept fighting. He kept staying in it. He didn't think about tapping. Just a wild dude. It ended up being like a TKO finish for Paul Craig. But that dude is really good on the ground. Understatement. Next, we had Belal Muhammad versus Damian Maia, and this is like a pretty good test for Belal. I mean, he was offered that Leon Edwards fight, then he got poked in the goddamn eye. So Damian Maia, he has a few losses at this point in his career. He's an older guy. It's a good test though. He's got that number that Belal Muhammad needs to climb these welterweight rankings. I don't know what Damian Maia is. He's maybe like 5 or 6. He might be even lower than that just because he's taken some L's over the years. But Belal did a great job. Basically, he had to keep it standing. He did that. Damian Maia went for 21 takedowns, only landed 1. That's a good way to win the fight for Belal. Keep it on the feet, keep it standing, and just chip away. I'm excited to see what happens to Belal Muhammad next because I felt really, really bad for him after that Leon Edwards not disqualification, but no contest because of the eye poke. Because that was a really bad eye poke. His finger went between the eye and the eyelid. It was disgusting. I'm not all about eye stuff. I'm not all about leg stuff, dude. A couple UFC pay-per-views ago, there was a bunch of leg stuff with Jimmy Crute and Chris Weidman. I wasn't about it. I don't know if I did videos on that or if that was, during the break period, but ew, dude, that really kind of I had nightmares about that shit. Speaking of Leon Edwards, we had Leon Edwards versus Nate Diaz. I thought that this fight played out exactly how I thought it would until the very end. Not to shit on Nate Diaz. I'm a huge fan, but I just think against these top welterweights, he's going to have a lot of trouble. I think he can do good things at 155, but I just don't see him beating these elite welterweights, especially the wrestlers like Colby, Kamaru. I think he'd have a really tough time against those dudes. But it doesn't look like he's going to be fighting those guys. I don't know what's next for him. Maybe a BMF rematch, maybe I don't know, someone in the 10 to 15 spot in the welterweight rankings. I don't have the list in front of me, so I can't really talk about that. But what a fight. Leon Edwards did everything he needed to do to win. He picked apart Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz was doing some weird shit that you're used to seeing Jorge Masvidal do. The little I don't know, poses. I guess Nick Diaz did that stuff a lot too. But then the very end, when it was getting towards the end, I turned to my buddy and I'm like, how funny would it be if just Nate Diaz flatlines Leon Edwards, wins the fight in the 5th round. And then he lands the shot that Leon was wobbled. That's an understatement. He was going crazy. His eyes were spinning around. It was pretty wild. I wish Nate Diaz followed up sooner because he was kind of pointing and doing some gamesmanship. I think he thought that Leon was more hurt than he actually was, but he was pretty damn hurt. I thought if Nate Diaz followed it up right away, maybe he could have gotten a finish if he capitalized on that, on Leon being so compromised. But regardless, such a fun way to end the fight. Some awesome drama. And Nate Diaz, his stock didn't drop. He's still a badass. The dude is a zombie. I don't know if he can be knocked out. Well, I know he can because he has been, but like the amount that it takes for him to get knocked out is incredible. Like that's if you were just like, a gladiator, you want the Nate Diaz fighting type where you just won't get knocked out. Well, I guess gladiators, it wouldn't really matter because you get stabbed and then you're just dead. Forget about what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say, awesome fight. Nate Diaz, super fun to watch. Leon Edwards is a problem, but Kamaru still probably beats him. Sorry. I don't think Leon Edwards is getting a title shot next. I don't know if this has been said, but Colby's probably getting it. I think that's a much more competitive fight. It sounds like I'm shitting on Leon Edwards here. I'm not trying to. He won a round against Kamaru. On to the main event. For the main event, we had Israel Adesanya versus Marvin Vettori, the freaking orc. That dude's so scary. He's always just so angry and like kind of rude. But I was wondering how Izzy was going to be. You can hear Brendan Schaub. He says in every freaking interview he's in that he's like, I'm just nervous for whoever fights Izzy next because I think Izzy's going to, go apeshit on his ass. That's not what he said, but that's my version of what he said. I really liked Kevin Holland's prediction for this fight.
I think they hump each other to death and they both die.
Okay, there wasn't any humping going on, but there was some grab-assing. Izzy straight up grabbed Marvin Vettori. He slapped it on the ass. He slapped him on the ass, right? Grabbed it. Round ends. Vettori goes back to his corner. Doesn't look at Izzy. Doesn't say a thing. That's how you know you lost a fight. When another grown man slaps you on the ass, grabs your ass, and you do nothing about it, you have lost the fight. And so the fact that Vettori afterwards was really thinking that he won that fight is just kind of embarrassing to me. Like, I know you should have confidence in yourself, but you shouldn't, like, I don't know, to use his own words against him, you shouldn't buy into your own hype. You shouldn't, like, lie to yourself. It's not good. Vettori, don't be mad at me. You're scary. Some of the gamesmanship from Izzy was hilarious, and usually the gamesmanship bothers me because he's fighting against people I really want to win, like Robert Whittaker. But in this case, I just found it to be the funniest thing ever. The final round, the end of it, when Vittori's like punching Izzy in the thigh, and he just like, the bell rings and Izzy like falls over and starts pretending to cry and grab his leg. Hilarious. What if the fight got stopped right then? What if the ref is like, calls like for a TKO or like a KO and just says like Vettori wins? That'd be wild. But obviously that didn't happen. Izzy, so funny, dude. When he was, getting the hand raised, he was waiting for it. He looks at Vettori, like Vittori's like thinking he's gonna win. Izzy does like the crossed fingers thing. So funny. He was like prime funny Izzy in this fight. I'm excited to see what he does next. I think it's gonna be Robert Whittaker. I'm hoping Whittaker gets that dub. Here's the thing. I'm not an Izzy hater. I like Izzy, but Whittaker's my boy. I'm sorry. The next pay-per-view event is going to be July 10th. Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier 3. That fight card stacked. I'm excited for that one. Yeah, this is the video. I forgot how to make videos, so I'm really awkward right now. Enjoy this video. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. And now this is for the subscribers. I appreciate you. I've read your comments. I'm not planning on quitting on this channel. I want to make more videos. I've been super, super busy. I've had a lot of really crazy, interesting, terrifying opportunities. And I've been doing those things. I've been filming a lot of stuff. I've been trying to start a videography and photography career. And I kind of been dipping my toe into that. I've also been a production assistant on a show. I'm not allowed to say a lot about it. I don't know what I'm allowed to say about it because I don't read the forms that I sign. But I'll tell you that it deals with a really popular network on television that deals with food. Wink, wink. And that show is going to come out in August. I'll talk about it more later, probably on my other channel, just because you guys don't give a shit about that on this MMA channel. Also, I can tell you that I'm a filmmaker. Some of you know that. I'm a film student. I filmed a short film called Contact High, and it has to do with aliens and weed. So if you're into that stuff, July 25th. Nope, ignore me. I'm wrong. June 25th. It's in like 10 days. It's going to be on, not this channel, but the other channel. In a second, I'm going to show you a little teaser channel. Or, Jesus Christ, I can't talk, dude. I need to stop taking these layoffs because I can't speak English. Can't speak English anyways. But I'm going to show you a little teaser now. You can decide if you want to check it out, but I'll have a little update later about when it's out. If you guys want to check it out, it would mean a lot to me. But yeah, Contact High, new short film on the other channel. MMA videos coming soon. I'm going to get better at this. I suck at this right now. I'm going to get better at this. I'll see you soon. That was weird.
I emailed you a story to follow up on. Some conspiracy theory freak thinks he found aliens.
Can I say no?
No.
Ha ha ha. Alien guy is crazy. But after tonight, you're gonna believe me.
Okay.